Hi YouTube. Here on day 4 of my 10-minute video review series featuring 31 foundation reviews for the month of May, I give you an ultimate in the world of full coverage foundation, and that's none other than Estee Lauder's Double Wear Max Cover. Oh, it's called Double Wear Maximum Cover. I knew I'd get that wrong. Stay tuned. For starters, the only thing that I have on my skin right now is the Magic Night Cream from Charlotte Tilbury. This is a very nice moisturizer. It's a great cream to use at night. It has a very thick consistency. It's very reminiscent of La Mer as in terms of how it feels. It's not as thick, but it's very similar. It's more greasy feeling. It feels more like kind of like a Vaseline almost. But this is something that I will use if I want just some extra moisture. So, and especially, at night, even though I've used it during the day too, and I just like how it sits on the skin. You want to always, just like La Mer, you want to warm it up in your hands, and then you just want to pat it into the skin and then massage, and always go upwards, never go down. So it's much cheaper than La Mer, so if you want to try that, you can try it, but definitely don't get this confused with La Mer because this is not La Mer. Oh, and I almost forgot this, but under my eyes, I have the Ultimate Contouring Eye Lift. This is from Estee Lauder, and it is part of their Re-Nutriv line. This eye product, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, it's very expensive. It's like $170 or it's $175. This is very expensive, but guys, it has tourmaline gems in it. Like, it is amazing. It uses tourmaline technology. Don't put this all over your face because if you do have brown skin like I do, put this all over your face, you will be ashy. And I don't know if it's because of the tourmaline. I'm not sure what it is, but don't do that because sometimes with products, I'll get excited and I'll just rub them all over my face. What's really cool about the eye cream is that because of the technology, it provides instant gratification. You see instant effects when you put it on. If you put this on a line, it will diminish, okay? It will either diminish and or disappear. It's one of the most amazing things. Like me, I naturally have creasing under my eyes. I've had it since I was a kid. I've told you guys that probably 10 million times throughout my time on YouTube. That's something that can't be corrected without surgery. I check. So, eye creams, eye serums, all those things, none of that does anything. But this, just providing just instant moisture, instant tightening, you feel it on your skin. This is amazing. So if you ever have the opportunity, please grab this. Like I said, I know it's very expensive, but you can't put a price on beauty, darling. And as I mentioned in my video yesterday, the foundation that I'm featuring today, I actually have 2 of them. So the Double Wear Maximum Cover, yeah, I have 2 of these in the exact same shade. Don't know why, but we're gonna use the one that I've already been using. So this is the shade 6W1, which is also known as Sandalwood. So like the queen mother of the Double Wear family, this foundation is $43 as well. This is a full coverage, it covers anything type of foundation. Like it's like spackle on your skin, so use a very light hand. So as you can see, this shade is a gorgeous medium deep golden shade. For this, I went ahead and pulled out my number 12 brush from Dior because this particular foundation, it's a very serious thing. Like this is a very serious foundation. Like it's out of control. So I'm just using a very, very light hand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dab this onto my face. I'm even going to take it under my eyes. And go ahead and start swirling that in. And because it's very spackle-like, you would think that it's a very thick texture on your face in terms of how it feels, but you don't really feel it. And note that I haven't even gone back to the back of my hand again because there's so much product because it's super full coverage. And it should be, I can't really tell, but it might be making a shape around my head because it is just covering like crazy. Now I'm dipping in to do the second half of my face. With the way this foundation goes on my skin, it looks beautiful, but I feel like I need a little dimension, so I am going to go in with some Terracotta Bronzer. Though I really don't need it, I'm just going to go in with some concealer. I'm going to use the Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Maple. So, go ahead and put that on. I feel like this will just revive the skin, make the eye area just look a little bit illuminated, but not be extreme. I'm going to immediately follow that up with my powder, Illuminator powder. And to finish things off, I'm just going to set my face with the Oil Eliminator Spray from Kiehls. I mean, darling, look at this. Do you see the skin, darling? Do you see it? This foundation is a foundation for someone who feels like nothing covers what they need covered. It covers pretty much everything. It's a liquid cream formula and it literally glides on the skin. It looks like spackle in the tube, but do not be afraid of it because you need very little for it to spread. If you are someone who feels like you need to cover something that just cannot be covered, if you're trying to cover a tattoo, if you're someone who, you know, if you have melasma, if you have pregnancy mask, if you're someone who has rosacea, anything like that, this particular foundation will cover it. It is a foundation with a limited shade range. I believe there's around 15 shades. I did double check the website and I didn't see the shade that I was using on the site, so I don't know if it's something that's been phased out or maybe it's being reformulated. Hopefully it's just sold out on the website because this shade, it matches my skin absolutely perfectly. It's a beautiful formula. This isn't a foundation that I traditionally would use, but it is something that's interesting to work with on my skin just because I don't really need the coverage, but it's interesting to see that though this is a very, very high coverage derma blend type of foundation, it works perfectly well on my skin. Two things to note about this foundation is that it does have broad spectrum SPF 15 and it also is non-acnegenic. But as you can see on my face, it just gives a very natural look to the skin. It's not something that looks weird or it looks cakey. There's none of that. It's a formula that's been perfected. So again, if you're someone who is trying to correct certain things on your skin, or if you're just trying to eliminate something just temporarily for a day or for however long you'd like. So yes, this is a foundation I believe could work for a variety of skin types. And again, it's really not something that most people would use because it's really for someone who has, something that they really are trying to conceal that a traditional foundation just cannot achieve. It's a gorgeous formula. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Leave comments below to let me know if you have tried this foundation. What's your favorite full coverage foundation? Not just one of those baby full coverage foundations. We're not talking like, my Armani review Power Fabric. That's a full coverage foundation, but it is not in a tube and it is not, spackle. Let me know if you have a full, okay, I don't know why I'm doing that, but I do this with my cat. But let me know if you have a super full high coverage foundation. It's absolutely amazing. There are some other full coverage foundations that I will be covering in this series of 31 foundation review videos. And yeah, that's all I got. So rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with a whole lot more, guys. Bye.